Hello and welcome to this edition of NHK Newsline. I'm Raja Pradhan with the news from Tokyo. The leaders of Japan and Malaysia have reaffirmed they'll work closely to maintain and strengthen a free and open international order based on the rule of law. It comes as China continues to step up its maritime activities in the East and South China Seas. Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru and his counterpart Anwar Ibrahim met Friday near Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia chairs the Association of Southeast Asian Nations this year. The two highlighted last year's first ever joint drill by Japan's self-defense forces and Malaysia's military. Ishiba said Japan will steadily provide defense equipment and other support to like-minded countries under a framework known as the Official Security Assistance.
We are facing a more complex and uncertain world as a new year has begun. Strengthening cooperation with Southeast Asian nations is one of the biggest themes for Japan.
The leaders also discussed regional issues, including the Middle East. They agreed to co-chair a ministerial meeting in July on reconstruction assistance for the Gaza Strip. Malaysia, which is more than 60% Muslim, has long maintained a position of support for the Palestinians.
It is essentially the issue of reconstruction of Gaza and Palestine, and it is very meaningful to us in Malaysia, and I'm sure many countries, including Muslims throughout the world.
They also agreed to cooperate on decarbonization projects led by Japan, strengthening supply chains, and deploying anti-disaster measures. Japan's chief cabinet secretary has vowed to do everything possible to bring back Japanese nationals abducted by North Korea. Hayashi Yoshimasa made the statement during a meeting Friday with Yokota Sakie. Her daughter Megumi was abducted by North Korea in 1977. Also attending were Megumi's former classmates from elementary and junior high schools. They handed Hayashi a petition asking for the prompt resolution of the issue, signed by over 20,000 people.
I hope to see her again, even if just a glance or just a photograph. Words can't express how hard it is to be stuck in the same situation after so many years.
The mother urged the government not to pass up any opportunity to realize the return of the abductees.
I am deeply sorry that no abductees have been returned to Japan since 2002, but this year I will do my best to realize that goal. We have to bear in mind the advanced age of abductees' parents.
The Japanese government says at least 17 of its citizens were abducted by North Korea in the 1970s and 80s. 5 returned in 2002, but the other 12 remain unaccounted for. Sakie is one of the 2 remaining parents of abductees. South Korean investigators are poised to make a second try at detaining impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol. Their first attempt was blocked by the presidential security team. Now the head of that service is stepping down amid a police investigation, but says he stands by his actions.
The detention warrant must not be executed. I hope investigative procedures for the president will be carried out in a way that befits the dignity of our country.
Park's resignation was accepted by acting president Choi Sam-mok on Friday. He was also questioned by investigators for allegedly hampering the execution of the warrant against Yoon. The impeached president faces charges of orchestrating an insurrection by declaring martial law last month. He's repeatedly defied summons from the joint investigation team. And his security detail appears to be ready to fend off the next attempt to bring him in, beefing up defenses around the presidential compound. Meanwhile, a poll out Friday shows the ruling party's approval rating has jumped 10 percentage points in the past 3 weeks. Gallup Korea says people's expectations of the opposition have weakened as the turmoil has deepened. Next, students at a university here in Tokyo are reeling from an attack on campus. 8 people were injured after being bludgeoned with a hammer. Police have arrested a female student. It happened Friday afternoon in a classroom at Hosei University's Tama campus in western Tokyo. Staff called police, saying a student had attacked classmates.
She suddenly started swinging a hammer during the class. Everyone panicked and ran to the back of the room. No one could understand what was going on.
Authorities say the victims suffered non-life-threatening blows to their heads and bodies. The 22-year-old suspect is a social sciences student who identified herself as a South Korean national. She told officers she was frustrated after being ignored by classmates and used the hammer found on campus. Students attending the school are shocked.
A friend told me a woman had gone on a rampage. It's scary when something like this happens without warning.
I didn't think this would happen here. I'm shocked.
Police are still investigating the attack. Tama campus is one of the university's main locations. Hosei is one of Tokyo's major research institutes with thousands of students, including over 1,500 from overseas as of 2023.